Hey Internet, today's topic is just me answering almost anything, slash answering PMs. 15th of September 2019. I've got different categories that people ask me, mainly my friends. I filter questions because of YouTube's guidelines. So, yeah, these are generally kid friendly and all ages. Okay, so assuming the afterlife is real, what afterlife would you want? And this is for the category of philosophical. And to answer that question, the Buddhism one, where you ascend to a higher plane of existence. Uh, okay, you seem sad all the time. What is your outlook on humanity as a whole? Also, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. When life beats you down, you just got to keep getting back up. You get a little bit sadder each time, but you move forward. And my outlook for humanity, I'm hopeful. Yes, there is a lot of the world is divided, and there is a lot of greed, but I'm hopeful that we can change humanity for the better. If aliens from another planet came to Auckland, what would you say to them? Well, I would listen to them and see what they have to say, and then I'll make a response. Excuse me. If you could travel back in time, what would you tell yourself or change yourself? If you've seen my mini worlds video about the Avengers, then you would know that I would say I wouldn't change anything because if I change something, then this reality wouldn't exist. Okay, moving on. Political. What is your opinion on about local and US politics? Also, who do you support and why? You may refrain from answering. Awesome. Can I take the L on that one? Now, I will try and answer it, but try and be diplomatic about it. So, there's one party that's altruistic and cares about people. So this is for local. And the other one seems to care about growing wealth. And there are other parties such as that care about old people and the environment also. So I would probably align with the altruistic and the environment parties. Um, yeah. In terms of the US, I don't have an opinion. Anyone but Trump, I guess. Bernie Sanders, Andrew Yang. Um, okay. Would you ever consider being a politician? No. Uh, I think politicians sit around and talk about issues, and whereas engineers actually go and solve the issue. So I would much prefer to be an engineer. What are your views on these events? Notre Dame fire, Amazon fire, Hong Kong protests. So I can see the significance of Notre Dame being historically and religiously significant, and I'm all for the billionaires donating money to restore it, but where were they when the French people were protesting for many weeks, you know? Like, that's my only question for that. Like, they had all this money back then and they didn't do anything, so yeah. And Amazon fire, again, it's a greed issue, you know? Like, the slash and burn method, cutting down the rainforest for farming, it's it's actually quite sad. And it's not actually the lungs of the world, the Amazon, although it does absorb a lot of carbon. Um, yeah, I would say they need to improve their farming practices, not just burning down the rainforest. So for the Hong Kong protests, I do stand with Hong Kong, and I do want them to have democracy. It's a good thing that China has dropped the extradition bill, which is what the protesters wanted as well. So I think that's a good thing. Um, should New Zealand go nuclear? If yes, how and what type? Um, so this issue is similar in respects to the US gun control. Like New Zealand is deeply green, and green. I by that I mean like they prefer not to have nuclear. So that's a cultural thing. But if New Zealand were to go nuclear, then I would think thorium reactors would be the way to go, and probably off-site, off New Zealand, probably on the shore, probably miles or kilometers away from the shore. I don't know why I used Imperial then. Um, so thorium reactors use molten salt, so there is no meltdowns, and they produce 10 times more energy than uranium, and they only produce 1/6 of the radioactive waste. So there are radioactive waste, and I can see why New Zealanders would definitely oppose that. Um, so New Zealand wants to go for like a carbon neutral by some date in like 2030, 2035, but they haven't considered nuclear energy, so I guess they're going to plant more trees. I mean, that's not sarcasm or anything. Planting trees is reducing carbon, so that is one strategy. But they should really put all the cards on the table. So nuclear energy should be something to look at and research. Although I don't see them doing anything in the foreseeable future until the culture changes. Career. With the rise of automation, which fields slash jobs is robot proof? I would say things that relate with creativity and empathy. So all your arts, music, anything that you create and use imagination. So engineering to use imagination to solve problems, I suppose. Empathy, so nursing, doctors. Yeah, that's where I would think. Um, those jobs are robot proof for the time being, until artificial intelligence gains general intelligence, AGI, and then which then they can make their own artificial imagination and creativity. Then all jobs are obsolete by then, but that's a later topic. Um, Despite the push to go into STEM, I've heard it's oversaturated market. Is it even worth getting into these fields? If you love it, do it. Uh, so if you love science, technology, engineering, maths, do it. Um, it's not easy. It's hard. Uh, so also you don't get paid a lot. So it depends which field you go into. So the pay isn't that great. So do it if you love it. Relationship. What advice do you have for fixing relationship problems? So the guy who asked this is clearly making a joke because he knows that my relationships have all end up in tears and sadness. So, but I'll answer it seriously. Um, Instead of asking me what's wrong with your partner, ask your partner what's wrong. Communication is key. Okay, moving on. Engineering. How can engineers slash STEM cure cancer? I don't know, man. To be fair, there is like 200 different types of cancer, so it's not just one cancer. And if you follow Dr. Michelle Dickinson, aka Nano Girl, she's researching nano cancer dye, which like allows the cancer to be fluorescent and be more detectable in scans. And there's also CRISPR genetic editing to change your genes to make it more cancer resistant. Um, I'm medically not an expert in this field, so I can't really answer this to like a really good degree. But do your own research. If you're interested in biomedical engineering, um, definitely study that at university, I guess. Or if you're interested in medicine, become a doctor or nurse that specializes in cancers. That's all I have to say for that one. When do you think AGI, artificial general intelligence, will arrive? Will it be the end of the time or end of the world? Um, Again, tough questions. I don't know when. I'm guessing based on Moore's law, will probably be like the near the end of my lifetime. Probably like 2090s or something like that. I don't know. That's They have predicted it's 2050s, but I reckon it's going to take a lot longer. How would you slow down and stop climate change? Man, guys, I don't know. Uh, okay, so based on what I've read on scientific papers, you would need to build solar panels the size, well, you need to have a solar country basically. You need to have solar panels the size of France to generate enough energy for the entire world. You need to plant about 2 to 4 billion trees to absorb the carbon. Uh, you would probably need to upgrade and improve your agricultural farming practices as well. And you would have to look at all the other carbon pollutants like diesel fuel, oil-based fuels for vehicles, so switching to electrical vehicles. Although producing an electrical vehicle actually does more harm to the environment overall, so that's kind of a, well, misinterpretation that electrical vehicles are good for the environment. Um, yeah, again, I'm not an expert. Really tough questions. Um, okay, what anime are you watching right now? Thank you. Something I can answer. Dr. Stone. So Dr. Stone is an anime about where the world gets turned to stone by a mysterious green light for 3,700 years. The main protagonist has to restart and restart the technological age from Stone Age all the way back up to the modern age. His goal is to bring back everyone who's turned to stone. Yeah, it's a good anime. Watch it. Um, Finally, what is one helpful thing you can tell us? Laugh more often. The reason why is because laughter revitalizes NK, natural killer cells, via neuropeptides, where the brain is stimulated by laughter. NK cells seek out to fight infections and kill cancer cells. Not all of them, but some is better than none. So comedians are low-key MVPs. And yes, I did quote that. That is from, I believe, Cells at Work, which have done their medical research, which is true. Okay, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell, and comment. Until next time, see ya. Also, have a great day. Did I say that? Well, have a great day again. Okay, see ya.